Hey nerdlings, Nick Lotus84 back with another episode of Asagao Academy Normal Boots Club, and joining me is UltimateCarl.
Hey.
And when we last left our heroine, she had met this redheaded girl who was staring at her, and we're about to find out why. She walked over.
Oh,
You must be my roommate.
I eyed her warily. She was smiling and bouncing in a way that suggested her views on life were akin to a perpetual bouncy castle. That sounds like some people I know.
What?
Me?
Bingo.
Of course, you silly. Let me guess, room 325?
I thought back to the paper I received a month prior with a list of all the supplies I needed for the year and my dorm arrangements. Yeah, that's right. She laughed, but I couldn't figure out what was so funny. Was she laughing at me? Of course, this chick is cripplingly insecure. Mental illness, another main character trait.
When I found out my roommate was a transfer student, I knew you were going to be a total main character.
Noise.
Genre savvy.
Meta. I'm sorry. A what?
When I saw you outside the gate, I knew it was you. I mean, look at that hair.
Girl, look at that hair. I felt a lump forming in my throat. What was she talking about? She had to be making fun of me. I hadn't spent more than 5 minutes on campus and I was already being mocked. My hands began to tremble. Is there something wrong with my hair? Her face slackened from its amused smile to a more worried expression. Then she began to laugh again.
No, it's great. Oh, I'm sorry.
Great, I'm sorry.
And the voice acting for Mai is so cute.
We're getting off on the wrong foot, aren't we?
I'm Mai Sasaki. You must be Hana.
I'm Mai Sasaki, my waifu. You must be Hana.
Now you don't want to be...
You may be Hana.
You may be Hana, you may be not. Yeah, no, my waifu. We don't want to step on yandere dev's territory too much there. I bowed my head.
Hello.
It's nice to meet you, Mai.
All your school books are waiting for you in our room with your welcome letter, and I read the envelope.
Nosy?
I hope you're not mad.
Mai started walking toward the dorm's front doors. I followed behind like a lost puppy.
Did you check in at the front desk already?
No, I didn't. I didn't know I was supposed to.
Good. They'll offer to have a staff member give you a tour of the campus, but I can show you around. We don't get many transfer students in year 3, you know. Oh, is that your only bag? Just the one? I'm glad I brought an extra bag of stuff to decorate our room with. I started already, I hope you don't mind. But I did wait to string the lights. I thought we could do it together, you know?
Tabayo?
Tebayo?
She spoke quickly, the words bubbling from her mouth, and left me no time to answer until the end of her monologue.
Believe it.
It would be the greatest thing if she started
It would.
talking
It
like...
would not. Actually, I would stop. I'd be done right here.
Well, she kind of acts like Naruto's mom a little bit, because she's a little bit of a tsundere. She spoke quickly, the words bubbling from her mouth. I already read that. Yeah, okay, that sounds good. She held the front door open for me, and I hurried inside. Girls filed up and down the hallway, howling greetings and exchanging vague niceties that were, more often than not, "How was your break?" and "Look how tan you got." It seemed like everyone knew each other. I followed Mai as she led me through the maze of students and up 2 flights of stairs. Each dorm floor looked the same as the last, narrow, white doors lining both sides of the pale pink walls. Thin gold numbers were tacked to the front of each, the numbers rising as we climbed.
You're not missing anything with the campus tour, I promise. Mr. Saitomo does them every year, and he's, like, totally dull. He just drags you around the entire campus and talks in that weird, squeaky voice of his. I'll tell you everything you need to know.
I smiled, trying to let this calm my nerves. Thanks. We headed down a hallway on the 3rd floor. Mai stopped us in front of a door numbered 325.
Here we are.
Oh, an adorable room. A faint smell of potpourri wafted through the room. The walls, like the hallway. I know, they're the greatest. The walls, like the hallway, were a soft, powdery pink. Mai had already defaced them with a tapestry of posters, magazine cutouts, and photographs. Some of the photos were of cute cats, but most of them were of male models and rugged musicians, and I don't know, is this supposed to be like a Fall Out Boy ripoff or something? A bunk bed, 2 writing desks with wooden chairs, and a small dresser, and a mirrored vanity, all clearly provided by the school, so they must have been jank, were the only pieces of furniture in the tiny room. The top bunk was already covered in neatly tucked blankets and throw pillows of clashing patterns and colors. The bottom bunk had a single, stiff-looking pillow and a thin cotton blanket that I didn't need to touch to know it was horribly itchy. I must have grimaced because Mai quickly smiled at me.
I brought way too many pillows and blankets. I always overpack. I went to Italy over break, and Mom got really mad at me because I brought 5 bags. But we were only there for a week.
She laughed, pulled several blankets and pillows from her bunk, and rearranged them neatly on mine. A sudden twinge of guilt and embarrassment hit me.
Perfection.
There, that's much better.
Thanks, Mai. I placed my suitcase on the bottom bunk and began to unpack its contents. Several changes of clothing, pens and pencils, empty notebooks, a few photographs of my father, a dilapidated stuffed rabbit, an old portable radio, and a small black box.
Radio from Silent Hill, apparently.
Yeah. Mai opened the curtains and the sunlight poured in.
So, where are you from?
I slid the now empty suitcase under the bottom bunk. About 2 hours north of here, it's a small town called Amaririsu. You probably haven't heard of it.
It's kind of obscure. You probably haven't heard of it.
I set the stuffed rabbit, Mr. Bunny, on my bed beside a purple and teal throw pillow.
Oh, did you go to a different boarding school, or...?
No, I went to a public school down the street from my house.
Public school? What was that like? Were the students mean? Did you have a lot of friends? I always went to private schools. My parents work a lot, and my dad goes overseas, so I think they stuck me here for convenience.
Because kids are so damn inconvenient.
Hey, oh, what's that?
I'd removed an ornately patterned origami crane from the black box and was setting it on the unclaimed writing desk. Oh, this? My mother made it for me a long time ago. Set it beside a stack of thick textbooks, which I assumed were provided for me.
Wow, it's so pretty. I've never seen paper like that before. Oh yeah, the lights. Let me get them.
Mai went to her own desk, opened the drawer, and pulled out a long, tangled string of fairy lights.
I thought these would look nice. Here, help me string them up.
She grabbed a container of push pins, then pulled her wooden desk chair out and over to one wall. I did the same with my own. Together we pinned the lights around the perimeter of the room. Damn, I never put this much effort into decorating my dorm room even in college.
Yeah. How was the train ride over? Did you meet anyone?
No, not really. I was in a compartment with some guy and...
Ooh, some guy, huh? Was he cute?
Oh, totes. Oh,
Totes McGoats.
Totes McGoats. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't even get his name. I was kind of distracted because he was kind of sparkling. Mai seemed disappointed for a moment, then perked back up.
You'll have to point him out to me if you see him again.
Okay. Once we finished stringing the lights, Mai climbed down from her chair and brushed her hands together triumphantly.
Done. Okay, now it's time for lunch. The food here is pretty good. There's this ramen place down the street from campus that's like out of this world, but the school only lets us leave campus on weekends.
Mai walked to the window.
We could go today because it's Sunday, and it is pretty nice out, but I guess you might want to go to the caf since you just got here. We could...
She was suddenly interrupted by her own enthusiastic laughter.
Oh my gosh, Mimi Santos totally just tripped outside and fell on her face. I saw it.
Schadenfreude.
Oh, is that mean to laugh? Maybe I shouldn't have. Oh well. Anyways, let's go eat. I'm totally starved.
She talks a lot about being hungry in this
Baked
game.
as fuck.
She led me out of the room before I even had the chance to respond. The cafeteria was buzzing with students excited for the new year. The only people as nervous looking as I felt were the tables of skittish, wide-eyed first years. I stepped into line behind Mai, taking an empty plastic tray. We shuffled through, asking for helpings from the sulky cafeteria workers when we passed something that looked good. With full trays, Mai led me straight to a table in the back where a few students were already sitting. Mai sat down and I took a seat across from her. Hi, Mai. How was your break?
It was good. I went to Italy and Spain. Dad fell off a jet ski and broke his ankle. Oh, it's better now, though.
Oh. Well, that's nice. I expected to be introduced, but the girl turned back to her group of friends and Mai turned back to me. She began to assault her food with a fork and tell me in a practically minute-by-minute account about her fleeting romance last summer with a boy she met on the beach that didn't go further than a few salty kisses. I sat back and let Mai talk. For the first time since arriving on campus, I felt like I was finally able to breathe. I picked at my Brussels sprouts and studied Mai as she spoke. The more she talked, the more I began to notice small details about her. She had a high, songbird voice.
What?
She was dynamic, her face twisting this way and that into exaggerated expressions as she spoke. She laughed often. She imitated people in wildly unflattering voices, seemingly unrelated to her actual opinion of them. But most notably, she talked. A lot. I didn't find this particularly annoying as it filled the silence and she hardly ever asked questions that required my full attention. And you can't date her, but you can tune her out like you're already in a relationship on day one, for real. Just as Mai was rounding off a shockingly detailed account of the time she accidentally walked in on her friend's older brother in the act of changing, a flash of a familiar green caught my eye. I glanced over. Hey, that's him!
Huh? Who?
I leaned across the table to whisper just in case he could hear me through the ambient chatter of the lunchroom. The boy from the train. That's him.
What?
Jared?
Yeah, with the weird green jacket and swoopy hair. He'd just picked up his tray and was walking past us when something seemed to catch his eye.
Oh, you.
I looked up at him, suddenly realizing he was talking to me.
Hana, I met you on the train. How are things settling down for you?
Really well. I found my roommate, and she's been helping me out. I gestured to Mai, who was thunderstruck. In fact, looking around, everyone was. And with that, we will leave off for this episode next time. We'll see what else sparkly, dreamy Jared has to say. Mai looks pretty flustered. Until next time, thanks for watching. See you next time.
Bye.